Good morning, one to all. May I have your attention, please? Students and researchers, if present in the class, you know, while conducting experiments particularly related with various types of genetic studies, it has been found that the results of actual characteristics as observed deviate from the results calculated on the basis of some hypothesis or expectation. If deviation is found to be very less, then it is assumed to be simply due to chance, but when it is found to be more, it is considered to be due to some reasons. The situation attracts attention that up to what extent this deviation may be considered to be due to chance or it was due to certain reasons. The method adapted to compare the experimentally observed results with those expected on the basis of probabilities is known as chi-square test. Chi-square test is a widely used test and most important non-parametric or distribution-free statistics. It is applicable for both large and small samples depending on the context. It is applied only for qualitative data as color, health, intelligence, cure, response of a drug, etc. It is generally used when data are to be expressed either as frequency, percentage or proportion. Chi-square test was of course developed by Fisher in the year of 1870. During 19th century, statistical analysis methods were mainly applied in biological data analysis, and it was customary for researchers to assume that observations followed a normal distribution, such as Airy and Merriman, whose works were criticized by Karl Pearson during the end of 19th century. Then you should know what is the definition of this chi-square test. Chi-square test has been variously defined. Here I am giving you three definitions. First, chi-square is the test statistic by which obtained frequencies are compared with expected frequencies on the basis of certain hypotheses. Second, according to Guilford, chi-square statistic is a sum of ratio in which each ratio lies between a square difference and an expected various frequency. Third one, chi-square test is of overall deviation to square in the observed and expected frequency divided by expected frequencies. Now come to certain assumptions which are necessary for chi-square test, and the assumptions are for a single variance the population should be normal from which sample has been taken. The expected frequencies for each cell should be at least 5. If it is not so, then it has to be pooled with the proceeding or succeeding cell so as to expected frequency of the pooled cell is at least 5. Two unpaired categorical variables and two or more categories for which variable. It needs independence of observations. Here there is no relationship between subjects in each group. Relatively large size sample but not more than 30 should be considered in this experiment. In this test, samples should be qualitative and random or binomial. The events are assumed to be normal. It is directly dependent on the discrepancies of observed and expected frequencies. If observed frequencies are equal to expected frequencies, then chi-square will be 0. It tests a null hypothesis that the relative frequency of observed events follow a specified frequency distribution. It does not indicate about the direction of discrepancies but compare several population. It follows a normal, binomial or multinomial probability distribution. It shows a positive quotient and its value ranges upward from 0. Its exact shape depends on the number of degree of freedom. When n is small, the curve is right skewed, and when n is more than 30, it gets larger distribution. It becomes more or more symmetrical. Yule and Kendall recorded a better minimum theoretical frequency to be 10 for this test. The mean of chi-square distribution is given by n and 2n or variance. In this test, there is no bias, and for large sample size, chi-square test may be closely approximated by a continuous curve known as chi-square distribution. Since differences between observed and expected frequencies are squared, the value of chi-square can never be negative. Formulation and steps. Chi-square test is formulated by summation O minus E whole square divided by E, where O is the observed frequency and E is the expected frequency. And there are 4 or 5 steps which are common to all types of chi-square test. Calculation of chi-square test statistic is completed by following steps. Number 1. For each observed number in the table, subtract the corresponding expected number, that is O minus E, square the difference, that is O minus E whole square, divide the squares obtained for each cell in the table by the expected number of the cell, that is O minus E whole square divided by E, and sum all the values to get final value. There are so many illustrations or tables by which formulation of chi-square test may be explained. First, 2 into 2 contingency table. In this table, 2 column and 2 rows are considered, and the data are distributed in 2 into 2 form. So the total data will be 4, and the count is as follows. In this case, we get only observed frequency and we have to count expected frequency. Suppose for A, the expected frequency will be counted by A plus B into A plus C divided by A plus B plus C plus D. In this way, the expected frequency of B, C and D also be calculated. Similarly, there may be a 3 into 3 contingency table in which 3 columns and 3 rows are considered, and expected frequency is calculated by the formula. Suppose for A, this will be A plus B plus C into A plus D plus G divided by A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G plus H plus I. That is total. Suppose an example. The phenotypic ratio is 85 of red and 15 white plants were observed in an experiment. Apply this test whether the observation follow 3:1 ratio of phenotypes or not. Then the table was followed and the answer of chi-square was calculated 5.33. In this test, or you can say in all the statistical tests, there is need of degree of freedom. In this test, degree of freedom is the total number of observations minus the number of independent constraints imposed by the observations. It means the number of independent values which can be assigned to statistical distribution. The degree of freedom helps to achieve the desired confidence level In chi-square test, there are two rules regarding determination of degree of freedom. Number one, for continuous variable, this is n minus 1. If there are 4 variables, the degree of freedom will be 3. And for tabular variables, it is c minus 1 into r minus 1, where c is the number of columns and r is the number of rows. Then, on the basis of degree of freedom, we can calculate critical value, and critical value of chi-square test may be determined by knowing the values of acceptance region, rejection region, upper point and degree of freedom. It is skewed to the right side, so the skewness is positive. At this stage, we should know there are 4 or 5 types of chi-square test. Actually, these are variants. They are used in different situations. First, Fisher's exact test. It is used for an exact test used in place of 2 into 2 chi-square test for independence. It is applied with a small sample size. Binomial test. It is used for an exact test used in place of 2 into 1 chi-square test for goodness of fit. Cochrane, Mantel, Hansel chi-square test. It is used in the analysis of stratified categorical data. It allows testing the association between a binary predictor and a binary outcome. Then fourth one is McNemar test. It is used in certain 2 into 2 table with pairing. Then comes Turkey test. It is used for the additivity of data. It is generally used to study the change in exercise in behavior. Then one more test is there, which is known as Portmanteau test. It is in time series analysis for the presence of autocorrelation. Then the last one is likelihood ratio test. It is used in general statistical modeling, whether there is evidence of the need to move from a simple model or a complicated one. In this test, sometimes we need its correction. Its correction. Use of chi-square distribution to interpret Pearson chi-square statistic requires one to assume that the discrete probability of observed binomial frequency in the table can be approximated by continuous chi-square distribution. And this assumption is not quite correct and introduces some errors. This correction is needed for continuity. To reduce the error in approximation, its 1934 suggested a correction for continuity that adjusts the formula for Pearson chi-square test by subtracting 0.5 from the absolute difference between each observed value and its expected value in 2 into 2 contingency table. This reduces the chi-square value obtained and thus increases its p-value. There are certain softwares which are used to calculate chi-square test, the value of chi-square test, and they are free statistics and forecasting software, CNET, Unistat statistics software, SPSS and Excel. Application. As far as application of chi-square test is concerned, there are so many applications. The chi-square test is used to compare the distribution of plain text and decrypted cipher text. The lowest value of the test means that the decryption was successful with high probability. This method can be generalized for solving modern cryptographic problems. In bioinformatics, chi-square test is used to compare the distribution of certain properties of genes like genomic content, rate of mutation, interaction, network, clustering, etc. And they belong to different categories like disease genes, essential genes and gene on the certain chromosomes. Then it compares one set of observation taken from a particular condition to those of a similar nature taken under different conditions. It assesses whether paired observations on two variables are independent of each other. It tests independent hypothesis in a 2x2 contingency table. It tests goodness of fit, that is closeness of observation and expectation. It establishes a relation with phi coefficient. It is more useful than standard error method and is used when data fit into yes or no type of categories. It combines various probabilities to get a single set of significance. As we know, certain merits, assumption and types of chi-square test. Now there is need to understand limitations of the test. There are certain limitations. First, when observed or expected frequencies are less than 5, chi-square value is faulty. It gives idea of correlation but not its cause. It needs only absolute or actual values. The value of coefficient of contingency is limited. It is the only a test of significance and not a measure of association. It is uniform classification, must be followed for all the data. So at last, I am thankful to you all for listening and watching this video. Thank you.